obviously the big game of the week, which was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and how it seemed to sell like gangbusters. I think like most of us probably assumed it would, crossing the 1 million threshold in the weekend. So in like 3 days, it gets to 1 million units sold. And it's hard to say how many it's sold by now. It may have even sold, it might be up to 1.5 million by now, because we'll wait for Media Create's list to come out. But that, and then the attach rate obviously is very high. They said about 45% of Mario Karts sold to people, like 45% of the amount of Switch owners bought Mario Kart in the US. So it's pretty clear that Nintendo can pretty much release a game like a Mario Kart, like a Zelda, and just drive demand for the Switch, mostly when they want. They're very fortunate, like I said, to have Mario Kart right away, obviously. I mean, it was pretty much the same game that was on the Wii U with a lot of added benefits. Visuals were better, and it played better overall, right? It got 60 frames, didn't have that weird frame skip issue. It had full 1080p, and it had battle mode. So they were very fortunate. There's a lot of people who bought the Switch that did not have the Wii U. So, like Philip, you didn't have the Wii U, right?
Right, exactly. I totally missed out on that system. So Mario Kart for me is very appealing, you know, because it's been a while since I played a Mario Kart. I mean, the last one I did actually sort of play was Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. So it had been a while.
And guys, just so you know, Evan is keeping an eye on the chat as best as he can. So if you have any questions and stuff, we will talk about any of the questions you guys have for us later on in the show. So definitely direct any questions towards Evan or Kimrix, whatever you want to say, and he can kind of try to keep track of any good ones. So he's on top of that.
But about Mario Kart 8,
yes,
on
yes,
the Wii U, on the Wii U, it was considered the pretty much the best Mario Kart game that there was, and so obviously the new one is better, obviously, than Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So everyone's kind of like in agreement that this is the best Mario Kart game that there is on the market you could buy. So it makes perfect sense why it sold 459,000 copies on day one, which was amazing. Higher than the Wii version of Mario Kart, which sold over 35 million copies, I believe, worldwide.
Mm-hmm. I do think that it will end up probably being an 8 to 10 million seller, no question, because it came out so early in the Switch's life. People will be buying the Switch at Christmas time and buying a Mario Kart, copy of Mario Kart. Someone will probably buy it next year and buy a copy of Mario Kart. So it's going to be around for a while alongside Zelda. That might be one of the reasons they got both those out the door early, because they know they'll be long-term sellers. Like they could probably count on 50,000 units of Mario Kart like a year from now in a week, just randomly during Christmas time, 2 years from now. So it was a good strategy on their part to do that. But Mario Kart, we know it was going to sell. I mean, 1 million units in 3 days is something that most companies like dream of, right? It's something that Capcom and even honestly, even at this point, Sony kind of looks at, even with their very large install base, and hope that they can get that. It won that attach rate, because that's what probably almost 45 to 50% attach rate, depending on what's sold through now. So that's something that any company wishes for. But Evan, what did you check out Mario Kart? I know you don't have a Switch right now, but did you get a chance to look at any footage, or did you watch Philip play it? He kept jumping over arrows. So
I check footage on it occasionally. I mean, I enjoyed it in the past. Used to play it on the Wii itself with a bunch of my friends, or we'd bust out like the old N64 or something and play it that way. But yeah, it seems like an interesting game. It's always great to feel that it's just getting more polished and that they're not just kind of going off the rails with it. Although I know some people have complained about some of the aspects of it. It still seems great. It would be definitely fun to pick up on the Switch.
I think what's amazing is when you take it from on the Switch, right? Technically, you can compare it to the 3DS version, and it makes sense because they're two handheld units playing it, and the jump from one to the other is seriously like 2 generations worth of jump, like from going from the 3DS Mario Kart 7 to the Switch and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's massive. Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, it really shows the difference in technology between them.
And I also like the fact that they made the game, like, for people who did own Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U and unlocked everything and played it to death. I like the fact that they made it easy for them to transition over to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because I mean, everything's kind of sort of unlocked for you already besides the Gold Mario, right? Like, you need to finish like the 200cc race cup or something like that, and then you unlock that. But otherwise,
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to unlock anything, right?
yeah, like if you did it all, I wouldn't want to do it again. But I'm having fun doing it for the first time right now. But the fact of the matter is, like, there's a lot more content. Like, I mean, there's a battle mode now, which is an amazing thing. It's like 50% more to the game, in my opinion. You know, like I recently personally started playing it only like 3 or 4 days ago because I've been like glued to the races. I've been addicted to that. I finally got past 2,000 with my score, my race score. Which feels amazing because I know that I'm terrible. But somehow I made that wall. But otherwise, yeah, that battle mode is like so enticing to play. It's really competitive. So have you played it at all?
This one. Yeah, oh yeah, I played some of the battle mode. I jumped online just playing it. And I just went into the tournament modes and everything, tried that. I just wanted to see how smooth it played online, just to, you know, judge Nintendo's online play. And surprisingly, it was completely smooth. I of course I can't look at ping or anything, but my experience was good. I didn't really have any lag that was out of hand or anything. So overall, I was happy with the experience.
Well, one thing I liked about what they've been doing with Mario Kart 8 is that they've been I've been seeing people like Uber drivers, taxi drivers putting the Switch, you know, in the back and having Mario Kart 8 play on there, you know, and for their passengers. I thought that was really cool.
That's a good idea, actually. That's a great idea.
That's really cool. Have you, Shane, you have it, right? Or Dave, sorry. Dave, you have it.
No, I actually don't have it because I have it on the Wii U, and I spent like $72 on the digital version, you know, because I got all the DLC, everything. So I don't have it on the Switch, but you know, I played it to death in the Wii U already, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. John, have you had any trouble like connecting or playing with friends at all? Have you tried that?
I haven't tried any of the friend stuff. My friends code is still not out there. Like, I think the only person I'm friends with on the Switch, other than my brother, is Arlo.
I can't believe you're friends with Arlo, dude.
Yes, it's on there. I don't know. I sent him a friend request and he picked it. I don't know. It's on there. It says Arlo, you and Arlo are friends or whatever.
Nice. I can't believe we're not friends yet, by the way. You got to send me your friend code. Or
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
If I put it in the chat, though, how many friends can you have at once before it cuts you off?
I think it's 200 or whatever.
Oh, see, I can't put it in the chat then.
Yeah, it's going to be over in like an hour, not even.
That's the problem is if I put my friend code in like a video or if I put it in a chat like right now and 200 people manage to pick it up and friend me, or 300 people are saying 300 chat 300, I would have to then delete people if I want to add like family members or like, you know, in real life friends, and I feel bad about deleting somebody even if I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I've had that problem. Like it was so hard because I had to delete people on my first profile. I actually had to make a second profile to add more people, which I started to play on as well. It's like my Japanese profile for the Japanese eShop. But
I didn't do any of the Japanese eShop stuff yet. I might, but I don't know. I like having everything in like one account. I'm weird like that.
Yeah, that's smart. It's smart because it's all connected, and I hope that at least Nintendo has plans for future console carries and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Like if it comes down to deleting people on my friends list, which I have had to do, it's like the people that have been inactive for I think over 2 weeks. I'll be like, all right, you guys for some reason are not playing or not connected or whatever. So
yeah.
You know, see you later. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, what's really cool about Mario Kart, like Nintendo did this with Mario Kart 7, you brought that up, is that they rebundled it later on, like a year later, and it was like it sold like another couple million copies on the 3DS, and the game just sells and sells and sells. So even though it got off to a huge start already, it's going to keep selling. It's one of those games that just doesn't stop selling.
Yeah, it will. It's classic. It's timeless, right? People still play the Super Nintendo version now.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, which still holds up.
That was Shane's favorite game, wasn't it? Was Super Mario Kart. So there you go.
Yeah.